Hello everyone, welcome to Quick Tales. If you haven't watched my videos before, my name is Gautam Telugu, and I'm based out of Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada. And I talk about human resources, a lot about talent acquisition and the dynamics around it, and how you could probably take my help in refining your job search or developing your career per se. And I would also talk about Canada for that matter, since I've been living in Canada for quite some time. Today, I would like to talk about how generative AI is being used by candidates, and for that matter, what organizations are really doing in those instances. So, many of the social media influencers, be it on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or any other channels, a lot of people who doesn't know the subject or maybe know the subject are trying to mislead a lot of candidates and trying to sell their services and a lot more to it, right? So typically I have seen a lot of people who just simply come and say that, oh, okay, go ahead and copy paste the job description into an ATS tool and try rephrasing it and put it up in your resume, kind of a thing, right? So I've seen people who ask, okay, put it up for a chat GPT and do your resume and give those prompts to just make your resume look really good, which is heavy on the keywords, of course. So is that what organizations look for in the candidates who just use technology to design their resumes? No. Honestly, organizations look for people who are really authentic and who have put the actual experience in their resumes and the true achievements, of course, right? So let's look at some of the organizations and how smart they become to outsmart the candidates who probably using this technology, especially artificial intelligence. If you go to Greenhouse Careers page, so they have outlined several processes about life at Greenhouse, interviewing, onboarding, and all of it, and they have put up AI guidelines very clearly for the candidates who come and apply for their jobs. Let's see what it has. It outlines the guidelines for using AI in the interviewing process, and it talks about the policy and, as a candidate, what you need to know about AI when applying to Greenhouse. They've outlined the grading principles. They're saying it's a two-way accountability. We understand that using AI personally and professionally is becoming more common and possibly even expected. And interestingly, we want to know the authentic and not artificial you, which is really brilliant to put it up, right? And they have listed out a lot of policies for individual interviews and all of it, and live coding assessments, and how Greenhouse talent acquisition team is using AI and all of it. So if you get time, so just go to see their careers page. I'm sure there's a lot of interesting stuff outlined over there. So the recruits may use AI to assist building questions that are relevant to the attributes being tested for an interview process. So they're not saying AI should not be used, but they're saying bring the authentic self into the job application process. That's all they're asking. That's all any organization would expect, for that matter. So if you look at Greenhouse as an organization, and they have really outlined the experience and the kind of expectations and the kind of technology that a candidate is expected to leverage in the interview or the hiring process. So with all of this which is happening, as a human resource expert, I would like to give 3 suggestions from my end. The first one is about personalization or perfection. So while AI can be leveraged, there's nothing wrong in leveraging technology. As a candidate, you may struggle to frame the resume, right? You really want someone's help to build the skeleton of your resume and you don't want to invest money on it. Go ahead and leverage ChatGPT or any other tools for that matter to build that skeleton, right? So after that is done, try to put across your actual experience into it. So don't put up a generic content which doesn't really talk about your actual work experience, all the kind of skills that you carry. So you have to showcase your real achievements. And a lot of candidates go and take it as a mistake where they try to inflate information in the resumes where they might say that, okay, I have outreached the sales by 200%. Imagine the hiring managers coming from the same organization from the past where you are currently working. They would have some sort of a network to really authenticate if you have really done that or not, right? So obviously they wouldn't give you that opportunity to join their organization, and there are multiple methods that they could leverage to really find out if you have done what you outlined in the resume. So imagine you're getting a that call from the dream organization that you always want to be part of. Let this not ruin your hopes of entering into those organizations, right? It's absolutely an integrity and ethical issue. Going on to the next point, it's all about integrity. You can use AI to understand the company's culture and the values and try to align some of your responses and your resume. But don't make it so obvious that you're trying to tailor the resume like how the employer wanted to see, right? I know you probably might have seen number of YouTube videos or those Instagram stories where they say that, okay, try to tailor to your resume. Tailor your resume doesn't mean that you exactly put what is in the job description, right? So you're trying to align and outline if you're really a match to the role that you're trying to apply for, right? So in case your transferable skills, they wanted to hear how you could come and contribute to the role that you're applying for. That's exactly what it means. And we still often see a lot of people who probably do not even qualify still apply, right? So you're not one of them. You're trying to be authentic and you're trying to portray how you could come and fit into the role. So that's exactly the message that the company should see in your resume, not by trying to play on the integrity. And organization take integrity issues very, very seriously. And imagine you're spoiling your reputation right at the resume level itself, right? So nobody's going to come and speak about it openly and tell you and share that feedback, or your resume doesn't align for whatever reason, right? You might get that generic email that you haven't passed through, and this is exactly the reason which is behind that happening, right? So nobody uses just technology to screen out the candidates. There is a person always behind who looks at every resume which they think this is a good match, right? So they would measure the authenticity as well, and not just leveraging technology to screen out the candidates. So in order to do that also, I think your resume also should align with all of your social profiles. In case you have a LinkedIn profile, ensure that that is also talking the same language and the kind of achievements and everything that you put in your resume. So the consistency plays a key role. When your resume looks so high-fi and your LinkedIn profile doesn't talk anything about it, that's again a red flag to many of the recruiters, and they may or may not be interested to take a chance on you when they have more options, right? So think about it and ensure that you are taking seriously on the integrity aspect as well. Third important thing, which is more towards the ethical aspects of it, so you can leverage artificial intelligence to write your resume or take some help to prepare for the interviews. Absolutely okay. Everybody has a problem. Probably frame a sentence or get that right vocabulary. You could leverage technology. You can use Grammarly or Pro 8 or anything of that sort to build that structure of the sentence. But and also interview preparation, right? So you can do a mock interviews and a lot of other stuff using ChatGPT. So let that not overpower your genuine experience and your true heart and soul, right? So that's exactly what organizations want to hire you for. They want you to come and join the organization and not bring technology along with you, and they don't want to see how you can leverage generative AI in your interview preparation, right? That's not what they want to see it. They want a combination of you and how you could come and collaborate with the technology for the benefit of everybody. Right, so use the AI as a collaborative tool, but not as something which is going to overpower you over the generative AI. So using all of these technologies, you can tell your story by not falsifying any information in your resume. So like I said, organizations value integrity, and equally they look at your ethical aspects of it before they make a decision to bring you to the interview or bring you and offer you the role that you have applied for. So with all of that, I would like to conclude, don't go by whatever that you see. Ensure that you are putting your intellectual ability. Once again, I'm emphasizing on this point. Just don't put up anything and everything. Don't load it up the resume with too many keywords to create that buzz around it. Just ask yourself, whatever you have written in the resume, is that what you did? Can you really support that with an example if somebody asks you for it? It's a what in case if it goes through a background check or a thorough reference check. Will there be someone who can speak for you, who support you? Yes, this person did this job for me, right? So keep that all in mind when you're really writing those in your resumes. Hope this information is helpful in some way. If you like it, please share with someone who may be in their job and career search journey. Thank you.